African Union have finally decided to actually change or launch a campaign about the current African map. And this thing have been going on the internet, wherein they said that the original African map is not what we have. In another form, they said Africa is so big to the point it can contain India, Germany, China, and other parts of the world, Africa alone. But when you look at the world map, they made Africa so small. Therefore, they are talking to world leaders, they are talking to people to stop using the current map and portraying the shape of Africa. First of all, this man you are seeing here is called Gerardus Mercator, and he was a geographer. This is one of the men who caused the problem that Africans are going through now. This is 400 years ago. This man decided, 1569, this man decided that he was going to look at the spherical world that we're looking at in another world, what we are saying, the round world. He wanted to convert it in a flat surface through map. And whilst he was doing that nonsense, he ended up with a lot of errors. Not only the errors, there were so many spaces during that map, while he was converting the round world to the flat world. Now what happened? He decided to increase China, the other European parts, you understand, to make them look big. And he made Africa small. Now today, this is why Bob Marley said you can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool everybody all the time. 400 years back, more than 400 years back, Africans finally woke up. And you think Africa will not wake up. If you are watching me, share this video, because my brother, Africa have finally woken up. Can you imagine? So if African leaders are always fighting themselves, Africans are always lost in everything, this was because our identity have been compromised. And until we discover it, that is where the journey to freedom for Africans themselves will start. Now, imagine a continent that can occupy countries, Japan, India, Germany, China, and other countries. They made it so small on the world map that make you look like, if you ask those children who have never been to Africa, in the UK, in the US, on street interview, they will think Africa is a country. They don't know Africa is a continent. So if you are watching me, join the campaign to share this video to the last African. I don't care which part of the world you are, but this campaign is for everybody. Because when we are saying Africa will rise again, it is because of me, it is because of you. Just watch the video and they will be right back.
The current size of the map of Africa is wrong. It's the world's longest misinformation and disinformation campaign, and it just simply has to stop. I think the real life implications of it is that when you're dealing with something that is much bigger than it is, your policies towards it, your investment into it are actually impacted because you're basing it on incorrect information. So Africa has 6 different time zones. It's huge. 30 countries can fit into it. Japan, India, China, most of Europe, France, Germany, Italy. But yet, when you look at it, it looks much smaller than it is. And I think that's problematic. The way the world is, it's round, so they diminished the size of Africa to make everything fit. So it wasn't because it reflected the actual size. And what the equal Earth projection does is actually, as much as it can, it tries to make all the continents, countries that were affected, so I think definitely Africa is one of them, it tried to make it the right size.
There is a very tangible link between the map and perception, because undermining and showing a reduced continent and a smaller continent very much undermines also that false perception of importance and power on the global stage. We really wanted to make sure that we picked and that we pushed for the use of the projection that was the closest to reality. So for us, I think that beyond everything, we very much want to know that there are alternatives to the Mercator projection.
fact, I think that this has several ramifications. As you have mentioned, it might seem to be just a map, but in reality, it is not. The African Union supports this campaign and sees that this campaign, through various actions aimed at promoting this really accurate mapping and addressing historical inaccuracies. So being closely aligned with the AU broader goals of reclaiming Africa's rightful place on the global stage, challenging false narrative and promoting a more accurate and equitable representation of the continent, this campaign really aligns with several actions that are directly or indirectly linked to the campaign but supports its broader objective.
After watching the video, have you seen now? This is to tell you the movement is working. What people like Abraham Traore are doing, what people like Professor Patrick Lumumba are doing, what people like this other man in Ghana, I don't know what his name is, the thing is working. Now the World African Union now, AU, they said people should reject it. That is not the original map of Africa. 400 years back, and it's a white man that did this thing. That's why I'm telling people the black man is the only man that have not committed a single crime against the white race. Since the beginning of creation, now only white man, now the stupid black man, now only white man, now the deceived black man. My brother, they said this is not our map. So if that is the case, it simply means even the shape of your country now in Africa is not the right shape. Because if the main Africa map is confused, my brother, your country might be big or smaller in real life than what the map is portraying. Because if the center that portrays a continent now, which is the Africa map, is not our map, what makes you think that your country map is the right map?